As a nonprofit organization, we have to be committed to protecting and stewarding well our financial resources. And that does become more challenging when you only have a small staff or maybe one finance team member. Well, I'm in a 5-part series where I'm helping you break down some of the key elements to protecting your nonprofit. Today, we're going to discuss the effective use of your accounting software. Hi, I'm Teresa Clark, and I'm a CPA with over 25 years of experience serving 501c3 nonprofits. I've worked inside the organization as a CFO, and I've worked external as an independent auditor of nonprofits. And so my mission is to help nonprofit organizations answer the money questions so they can achieve their financial strength and accomplish their mission. You can think of me as a strategic partner to help you master the money. For more resources, you can visit my website at teresaclark.com. So utilizing accounting software is incredibly beneficial. It becomes kind of an internal control, and it can help you provide access to financial information. Accounting software, it really is critical to managing your finances, even with the fewer team members. And so let's talk about how you can use it as an internal control tool. Number one, you want to set up permissions and access levels. Most software have this feature, and they allow multiple users with different levels and permissions. You just have to go in there and set them. And you really do want to set these where then you can sort of be separating duties. Maybe somebody can't delete a transaction if you're using QuickBooks, or maybe you need to limit the access on certain workflows or approval items. This feature can help you keep things confidential and maintain that data is only managed and accessed by authorized people. Number two, you want to automate your financial processes. See, software can help you automate some things that can take a lot of time, such as calculations and even preparing financial reports. You want to develop those custom reports that help you keep an eye on financial indicators that matter in your nonprofit. For example, maybe you have a revenue number up top and the revenues and an expense number down in the expenses for a program that are actually connected. Well, let's build some reports that show just the two connected items, so you're really seeing profitability and trends for that particularly related revenue and expenses. Also, use your tool, your financial software, to track your restricted funds and the net asset balances related to them. And then let's use our financial reports to develop what I call stoplight reports, or maybe that's like looking at the budget. You're saying, are we overspent? Red light. Are we spending over our plan? Yellow light. Have we spent nothing? Green light. And those reports can also become very helpful. Third, you want to generate those reports in real time. Accurate and good, strong use of your financial software makes things real time. We're not waiting to the end of the month to put in a bunch of things that have already happened. We're recording transactions as they happen, and every report can be generated in real time to give relevant, current information on the finances. Number four, we want to monitor those expenses and our budgets. So when you're looking, working with limited resources, you really want to make sure you're keeping a close eye on how much you're spending. And a budget to actual report is going to do this for us. Many accounting softwares offer this kind of a feature. And again, keeping finances in real time and running those reports will really help you to quickly identify if there's any discrepancies, so you can address them promptly, but also situations of fraud. I have to be honest, in most of the nonprofits that I've worked with that have experienced fraud, no one was looking at a budget to actual report. But for fraud to happen, that transaction has to be recorded in the bank somewhere, whether it's classified on the balance sheet in a fictitious account that's not being looked at, or it's coded to an account that no one's watching the budget progress. This step is a really important way to be monitoring that transactions are appropriate and that there aren't discrepancies. Number five, you want to implement audit trails. The best accounting software creates an audit trail. And what that means is it's like breadcrumbs that get dropped that you can always go back and trace. Sometimes us accountants, we hate it because when we book an entry backwards, we have to correct it. And let's say we book it backwards for the wrong amount, we corrected it, and then we have to fix the amount. Whew, we leave a mess of crumbs behind us. But it always can be told what happened. Every entry is labeled. What caused it? What is it creating? Well, there's some accounting softwares out there, one we've talked about already today, that don't create audit trails in the sense that you are able to change transactions. So the good news is, in this example, QuickBooks does offer an audit log. So you can at least look at things. And this would be a way of using your accounting software to detect these things. It's found under QuickBooks. You select the gear at the top right and then audit log, and use the filters to filter down and be able to look at transactions that seem odd and unusual. All right, well, in conclusion, I know it's important to protect your nonprofit. This is critical work. And so I hope that today's lesson provided some actionable steps to take some of those mysteries and make your accounting software a better tool to be used. We're in a 5-part series, so wherever you're watching this, I hope you come back and catch the other episodes that are going to be helpful in giving you some tips for small nonprofits. And if you're looking to access the risk, to assess the risk of fraud in your nonprofit, I've designed a fraud factor assessment that's based on 12 key questions that I believe you should be asking yourself. You can access that with the link right here where you're watching, or by going to my website under Services Fraud Risk Assessment. It's so good chatting with you. I hope these tips have helped you today.